That was weird. Alrighty. Hi. So it has been a while since I've been back on my channel. I have my first portion of my teeth. I have to go back again because I guess my mouth is really small and it's kind of awkward. So we're dealing with that. I'm getting teeth. It's getting happy. I'm just thrilled about it. But I have all the crap I need to finish. So I thought, you know something, let's hang out. And it's been a while, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of getting reacquainted here. So I'm getting my comments back up. Hopefully all my stuff is off. Oh, it has been a while. Alrighty, so I'm going to put this one away for now. I am going to be doing a cup here shortly, but not yet. So this is my new little set, which is kind of nice. Right now I'm finishing up some art that I was doing. So I'm working on this right now, which is a lit up portion that I knocked out loose today, so I gotta fix that real quick. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, let's see if this will work, because then I need the sanding finished in here. So I hope all you guys are having a great Thursday, I think. It's been a freaking year already, let me tell you. So I took some time off of all social media for a little while. I was really having a hard time dealing with some stuff, and so I went to counseling and I went to a therapist, a psychiatrist, and kind of started managing myself a little better, and started seeing a therapist. Since I'm not with that therapist anymore, he couldn't remember my name. He's like, oh, didn't you say you were going to join the gym? No, I have agoraphobia. I'm not talking about leaving my house ever. So, yeah, it's, and then I know when I'm having my little manic episodes, and they've been getting better, so this is all good. And I know when I'm not behaving completely correctly, and I ended up having to call the hotline because I was just really having a hard time, and they turned it around to where they needed to come save me from my abusive husband. And I'm like, I never said he was abusive. I was saying that we're having a problem communicating, and the first thing you want to tell me is that he's abusive. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. And yeah, it's been, I don't know, it's been really weird. I don't know what to think about all of it. You know, you have biological men winning awards that are for women. Woman of the Year. I'm like, oh my God, Leah Thompson, all this sports and shit. Why can't we just have a community, and we have a trans community and their divisions, we have a male community and their division, and a female division and their people. So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I was a competitive swimmer for many, 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 many years. So, yeah, some of this really kind of hits close to home because I don't agree with it. You're canceling women. Women who gave you the green light to come in, and we're gonna accept you, and you're beautiful and you're strong, and now you're shitting on us. So I got nothing. I hope you guys the best. I really do, but and then you have men that are identifying as women or not women, I'm not even sure, and doing brand deals for companies that they know they have no business doing because they don't have that problem. And as a woman who's had cancer 4 times, 3 of which were in my female organs, so it was cervical, which was easy, then it was uterine, which was hell, endometrium, which is again hell, and then bladder cancer. As somebody who had went through all of that in my female organs, you don't get to appropriate that pain and that suffering and everything that I had to go through as a woman. You can't have your period. You have no idea what it's like to have endometriosis. Well, let's talk about this on another level. You have men that are saying, oh my God, I'm a lesbian. No, you're not. You're a man. You're straight because you want to be with other women. I don't understand this insanity, and honestly, I'm freaking tired of it, and we're women, that's it. We're just women. That's all we want to be. That we don't want to, disrupt your lives. We just want to be women and, to be left alone. And I don't even understand the feminists right now. I mean, I was born in the mid-70s. So I am a full-fledged X-Gen, and I have such anxiety all the time anymore, so please excuse me on that. That's why I'm doing this. But, throughout the 70s and part of the 80s, I was trafficked and abused physically, emotionally, and sexually, and my parents were fully a part of that. You don't get to appropriate that pain from me either. So, no. And then we have these parodies, which was, I was honestly just hoping that's all it was, of days of girlhood, and I'm sorry, no. Why are we being canceled when we were the ones that were there for you in the very beginning? Oh, is it because the ones that are pulling all this crap aren't actually trans? They're jumping on a fad so they can go into little girls' bathrooms and see what they're doing and victimize these kids over and over and over again. That's what's going on. And you can cancel me all day long. I haven't been here that much. I love my community here online, though. But some of this stuff is getting a little outrageous, Why can't we have, a trans division in sports? Let's just stop. Stop playing this game. You can't win in the male division, in my opinion, the way this looks to me. You can't win in that opinion. Or in my opinion, you can't win the males division, so now you're putting on a dress and some makeup and saying, oh, I am Roman, hear me roar, when you have no skin in the game. None. Literally, no skin in the game. I don't understand the whole, I'm a trans woman that's a lesbian. No. No, you're a guy, you're a dude. That's what dudes do. So, yeah. I don't know, this world has become confusing. This world has, definitely scared the hell out of me as of late. War looming over the world right now. you know, trans people. Nothing at all. However, when all you're doing is threatening women who, let's be honest, don't feel comfortable, and because you don't like that, you're calling us racist and every other name in the book, when actually 1 in 3 women are sexually abused. So now what's happening is you're bringing all of our trauma back. Because now we know we can look at this person because they don't look like a woman. They look like a man. They don't do what the trans do. They don't try to be a part of that community. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You can put on a dress and some makeup. That does not make a woman. Okay? Now, that also being said, I do believe that trans have every right, just like everybody else. They have the right to get married. They have the right to compete. They have the right to do all these other things. However, to make it a little fairer, we need to address not just one portion of the of the population's feelings about something, and start looking at it as a general. Hey, you know something? 1 in 3 women are abused. Before, you know, as a child, they really are, and maybe it is kind of upsetting and really triggering to them, and that's why they're getting so upset. Because I can tell you, it is very triggering. Yeah, just like the whole pronoun thing, that I also find horribly triggering. And the reason why I find it very, very triggering is because I am a victim of abuse. All of the abuses you could get. And I was basically trafficked by my parent that I should have been safe with, that I wasn't safe with. We see something like that, and it brings back a lot of our trauma. And as women, one of the things that we understand is that one of the things we get is that empathy. We know as women that is one thing that we don't want taken at any cost, and that is anytime a man feels that he must force himself onto a woman at any time. So we get that. As women, we understand that. Now, I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're straight, I don't care about any of it. However, I am not going to dehumanize you. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to believe that you're a unicorn. I'm not going to do any of these things that dehumanizes you. Because I was a victim. And that's all they did to me, was dehumanize me. And after a while, it became so painful that I just went into my head and pretended that I was somewhere else, or with somebody else, or doing something else. So, yeah. I'm a woman, period. I don't want to be anything else. I don't need to be anything else. Don't need to call me, I don't know, whatever. I'm not cis. I'm not pretend. I'm not a unicorn. I'm not, any of these items. I can't blow my teeth in. I'm not any of these items. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Dylan Mulvaney did nothing but stereotype women. We're not like that. And it was dehumanizing. It was horrible. It was painful. And it irritated the hell out of me. But before we get too further on there, I am a weed channel, and I think I need to smoke one. And I don't do joints very often, but my husband made it for me, and he's like, "You've got to try it. It's really good. Tell me what you think when I get home." Okay. Definitely has a decent taste to it. Now, I'm not doing a review, and full disclosure, I did do it down before I did the live, so, full disclosure. But, yeah, it's, you make fun of us, and then you want us, you demand that we accept you, and I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, I cannot. Um, you don't have any skin in the game, and I'm fucking tired of it. Every time I hear about another school and their practices and the education that they're starting to give, it irritates the hell out of me because I can tell you exactly what it does. It dehumanizes the child that is the victim right there because they are 1 in 3. It dehumanizes them and it makes them believe that they're not going to be able to get any help because of the rhetoric that is being pushed. So now these women get hopeless, they can't do anything about it, or these girls that now are being called prostitutes when they're children and victims. It's just got to end. I'm sorry, Dylan Mulvaney, but both sides of the aisle need to come to an agreement. You can't sit there and make fun of us and then try to stand in solidarity with us. It doesn't work that way. Okay? You don't get to appropriate somebody else's child as your own because you think you're better. It doesn't work that way. You want a child? Have a child. It's real. You have no skin in the game, which means guess what? Now you're pandering. This is a system that you're not going to get any help. So you might as well not open your mouth to say a goddamn thing, because if you do, you're going to get punched down because it goes against the alphabet mafia. Sorry, and I believe in trans rights. I believe in gay rights and all of these. I believe in them. But when you start crossing the line with kids, when you start bringing this stuff into our schools, it's got to freaking end. And I'm doing the best I can to, not curse my channel into an oblivion by my language. But enough's enough. I heard another one today of this guy, or a trans woman, call it like it is, yelling about, if somebody tries to stop me or my family, I guess, from going into a female bathroom, I'm gonna go off and threatening all of these things to women. That's not what women do. That's not what we do. We protect our young, we protect our children. So that means if there is something in that bathroom that we need to be worried about or we need to be cautious of, because we're going back to that 1 in 3 girls have this problem. So you see where we're going with that? So now we're kicking these girls and then giving a biological man who does nothing but make fun of women, which, by the way, Dylan Mulvaney, if my husband, or at the time that I was dating him, if he had a tampon in any part of his home, my first thought would be, okay, whose was that? No. I wouldn't swoon over that. No. I would worry about, okay, whose was that? And are you married or are you with somebody? Because that other woman needs, this isn't cool. That's what women are. So you can't just put on a dress and some makeup and say, I'm a woman with no skin in the game. Sorry, my teeth. I'm getting used to them, but you have no skin in the game. And you expect all of us to listen to you like you're praying nothing but gospel when most of it's nothing but hate. I'm sorry. I don't ever want to go. I don't want anybody's rights to ever be infringed upon because that's not how we work. That is not how this works. However, we also don't let, somebody manipulate us. I don't get it. Why would you do that? Why would you let somebody manipulating you, because it's going to come right back around. And that's kind of the funny part. You know, I've been saying, you know, I was one of the first ones to say, you know, I was born in the 70s. I was a huge fan of Madonna. Madonna was all over that LGBTQ people, and she was big. She was an advocate. She did a lot for that, as far as when we were kids, of educating some of us. And it was an amazing thing. I loved Madonna. I still do, to a point. At some point, I understand where X stand, but damn. Just go away. But that same respect that we've been trying to boast you guys up, saying it's bold, it's beautiful. Women have been trying to boast you up. Now all you want to do is cancel it and pretend like, oh, if you don't like me, you're transphobic, or you're this, or you're that. Instead of sitting down across the aisle from somebody and having this type of a dialogue by saying, you know something, I didn't quite think about it that way. I didn't quite think that if somebody would have sat down and had a conversation, then maybe we'd be able to figure something out and come to an agreement that both sides are happy with. I am not a cis woman. I'm a woman, period. I earned that right. And I'll tell you what, if you're willing to put the work in to respect me, I am just as willing to put the work in to respect you. But that's how it goes. It's respect. And it takes respect to get respect. I had a lot of friends decide they didn't want to be my friend. You know, after the whole freaking election, it divided our country so horribly. All because they thought I had a view. And then they cut off all human communication because they didn't want to have the dialogue because they couldn't defend it. And I'm like, okay, you know, I loved you like family, but okay. And that's all that's going on. And you know, and we gotta start seeing it. We all have to start seeing it instead of fighting, you know, with each other about, oh, I'm more woman than you. I'm more this. I'm more that. I don't care anymore. I've had enough of a lifetime to go through all of this shit. I earned womanhood. I earned it. Now, if somebody wants to put that work in to start earning my trust, I'll start earning yours. Till that day happens, don't ask me to give trust away without offering trust in return. Period. I'm done. So, yeah, I mean, I know I've pissed some people off over the last couple of years because I kind of went MIA. I tried to commit suicide a few times. It was hell. You know, it gets rough. It gets rougher and rougher as the days go through, but things are finally starting to look up a little bit. But in order to do that, I have to be honest about it. You know, I've made mistakes. Other people have made mistakes. At some point in time, it's either live and let live or die with an ulcer. And I'm done dying with an ulcer. I'm done being that timid little kid. Oh, I gotta go with the norm and do what you want, or you're not gonna follow me. So I'm sure this video will get me kicked up, but you know, I don't doubt it. I will be starting another channel because I do believe in freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is essential for any constitutional republic. Because we are not a democracy, we are a constitutional republic. I know I'm waiting to see if I get freaking terminated. Because that's kind of the new thing to do. So I am going to be coming back, especially on this channel, with cannabis. We're going to be doing our reading again. We're going to be kind of doing some of our mental health now that I'm kind of back in the right position mentally. And I'm like, okay, I can focus again. So that is kind of what we're going to be doing. I had a few people leave questions and comments before. Are you coming back? What's going on? Or they'd see me come in and do a video and then show what happened. And a lot of it was just me trying to get settled in my head and trying to figure out what exactly it was I wanted. Growing up during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we were latchkey kids. We were latchkey kids from the beginning. Hell, my father went to prison, left me alone in a trailer for like 3 days without telling the cops that I was even there or that I was even alive. So, we've always been latchkey kids. We always kind of adjust. We get a lot of flack for not wanting to budge some, but it's time to start going, okay, it's time to chill this hell out. Because we're going to end up in a position that us as Americans are never going to be able to get out of. Right? One of the stuff posting on social media was that, conservative beliefs. I honestly believe that no one of us has all of the information. Hopefully we'll get all of the information at one point in time, but I don't think any one of us has all of it. And that sucks. But what are we going to do about it? We have to have with Americans. My dentist. God, I couldn't tell you. Stupid thing gets hot. I don't know if I can do this like online. I'm losing my bandwidth. Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the bandwidth real quick and find out why it's laggy and yucky. It says F you.